This event is brought to you by our startups team.
AI is amplifying creativity.
When I look at e-commerce, there are two most important things. E-commerce unified and personalization amplified. Cybersecurity is going to see a huge impact. Customers are voting with their wallets.
Now, everybody has this one relationship, a very unique relationship with this entity, and then you're able to now facilitate network introductions and connections and real value. It's not just like a handshake, it's like life-changing for lots of people.
This is not future, this is a reality, and it's getting better every day.
We have our new Gemini 2.0 models that we actually released earlier this year. The main question here is, how do you leverage this technology?
Cell, I can think of it as the universal remote for software.
The beauty of it is that any product can be powered by a cell.
AI is not a tool. It's a partner in human creative thinking. We need to make sure it's not replacing, but enforcing our decision making.
Okay, someone else I want to call up for a quick conversation before we move into the panel is actually Mallika Malhotra. So she's a senior customer success merchant manager at Shopify. And I thought it would be awesome to have her here to share some insights. So yeah.
Okay, what a great turnout and what a great demo. Before I get started, a big thank you to the Google team for lending us this office space. And a big shout out to Jai for getting us together. And I know events is a lot of work, so thank you so much. It's great to see such curious minds mingling today to make sure that we are at par with Toronto tech ecosystem. So, AI. Tell me one day where we don't think, talk, share about AI and its applications. We've just seen a perfect demo. But for me, I want to take 1 second and encourage everybody over here to take a step back and think, what does AI mean to you personally? For me, it's like my attempt at cooking. Sometimes a masterpiece, but sometimes a burnt offering. But when it shines, it really does shine. I mean, we just had Jai shine here, thanks to Gemini. AI has definitely reached its fever pitch. $300 billion of investment by the big tech companies, the number says it all, right? But nowhere do I see the impact of AI as evident as I see in e-commerce. Reshaping customer engagement, delivering business value, and driving up operational efficiencies. A little bit about myself. Originally from Delhi, moved around Bangalore, Mumbai, Toronto, Boston, California, and back to Toronto. A decade of experience in banking, tech, finance, and e-commerce, and a stint in entrepreneurship. How many of us are entrepreneurs here? Can you give me a show of hands, please? Okay, perfect. Amazing. A lot. It seems like a full house. Can someone help me with one word of your journey about entrepreneurship? One word that comes to mind. Failure. Love that. Anxiety. Nervousness. Yeah. It's like assembling an IKEA furniture without a manual. Be it a college graduate, selling hoodies, or maybe the Gymsharks of the world. It's nerve-wracking because this is one industry that is deeply impacted by the macro and microeconomic factors of the world. Where are we standing today? What is the talk of the town? Tariffs. Mr. Trump imposing tariffs on a dozen of countries. Canada, it's standing firm. I'll keep the politics out. But the matter of the fact is that what is different today? We have AI by our side. We have an assistant that can help us make decisions quicker, faster, and drive operational efficiencies, as I just said, right? So let's take a look at numbers. $7 billion of investment alone in 2024. And only 22% of the applications of AI have been exploited in e-commerce. $50 billion of investment is projected in 2033 with a CAGR about 24%. Numbers tell a story. And it's pretty clear that the big tech companies and the small tech companies are participating in this momentum. If they're not, they're falling behind. Shopify recently launched Shopify Magic, which is your suite of AI features, right from image generation text generation, predictive analytics, you name it, and there's an application for that. Now with that, when I look at e-commerce, there are two most important themes. E-commerce unified and personalization amplified. What is changing faster than tech? It is the expectation of the customers. They no longer want to have transactional conversations with the brands that they engage with on a daily basis. They want to have deeper relationships. Let's look at some numbers. 71% of the consumers express frustration when shopping experience is not personalized. 52% of the businesses saw a boost in sales when they're personalizing the experience. Customers are 80% more likely to buy if you're making sure that their experience is tailored to them. I think these numbers tell us a lot. And the most important part of being successful is making sure that we are triggering the 6 emotional drivers while we're interacting with our customers. Number 1, you know me. You know my history. You know what I like. You know me better than my spouse. You make it easy for me. Anyone who makes my life easy, he's my best person. You get me. You understand my expectations about the product and the service that you're delivering to me. You deliver on your promise. Well, if you promise to deliver the product before my Vegas trip, you need to make sure you're addressing the timelines. If you're not, fix it. Fix it for me, compensate me, and close the loop. And then create trust. I feel that e-commerce is actually turning into a dating scene. You meet a person, you understand their likes, dislikes, and then you understand their love language. You need to make sure that you understand how they like to receive love, and you deliver that, and transform that dating into partnership. The ones who are in the dating scene, please make notes, and the one who are married, please implement this. Your partner will thank you. So the matter of the fact is that we need to make sure that we are building those bonds with our customers through technology. And this leads me to a quote that I read by Maya, which said, "People will forget what you said, what you did. But what they will not forget is how you made them feel." That's why it's even more important for customers to experience that hyper-personalized experience by making sure that they have a shopping assistant kind of an experience. We have tools such as Rebuy, which has cut the smart search functionality into the picture, and making sure they're cutting the time of search by 90%, increasing conversion rate by 30%, and increasing the ROI by 64 times. These numbers are impacting revenue on a daily basis. Now I'm going to throw a question to the audience, and please help me. Tell me 1 or 2 most nerve-wracking decision-making when you're in your entrepreneurship journey. What is really important to you? What are most of the challenges that you might have faced? Anybody in the audience? Yep.
Where to host?
Where to host? In what sense? Which cloud provider? Okay. Technological decision fatigue. Okay, perfect. Yes. Profitability. We're here to make money. Yep. Pivots. Perfect. Decision making again. User design, customer experience. We love that. We're thriving on that. So the decision fatigue is real, is what I'm understanding. And when we talk about e-commerce or any business, profitability, revenue, inventory management, pricing are all very important decision points. We're going to discuss the impact and the value your business is going to deliver. So let's take a look at a number. 30% increase in revenue has been reported by merchants or brands that are using data effectively for inventory management. Now, why is inventory management so important? Number 1, It is one of your cost factors that are going to keep ticking, irrespective of you sell or you don't sell. Stockouts, customer experience is impacted. Excess inventory, your costs are going to go through the roof. Best example, Nike, right? They had a little bit of a situation with their retailers, stock up, pricing impacted, and they had to pull Elliot Hill back to the stage from his retirement to make sure that they can manage it. Customer behavior, traits, macroeconomic factors, microeconomic factors, seasonality are all important points to take into account. We have tools like Triple Whale that are making sure we can have agentic AI in place to be able to answer all those questions like a conversation. And Jay showed me a demo the other day. OpenSesame is on that track. Next, profitability, right? Profitability is driven by revenue. Revenue is driven by sales. Sales is impacting by the prices that we set up. Again, customer behavior, trade, seasonality, economic factors, and last but not the least, competitor pricing. The boon and the bane of e-commerce is that your competitor is literally a click away. So you need to play a game of chess, assessing, analyzing, and adjusting your pricing to make sure that you're competitive in the market. Else, you lose out. Shopify has something called Shopify Functions that helps you roll out dynamic discounts depending on how much you're shopping to make sure that you can lock in your deal with those customers that are highly motivated. This happens behind the scenes. Customers are voting with their wallets. Do you all agree with me on that? Yeah? And there are two most important things: the pre-purchase journey and the post-purchase journey. Pre-purchase, are we delivering a good product? Are we communicating the value of the product as efficiently as we can at the right time? And this leads me to marketing. And in my experience, right now, the way the marketing is evolving, as per McKinsey, 60% of the marketers say that their efficiency has increased by 30% by finding applications in AI. 50% conversion rate, and 30% increase in average order value. These numbers are real. With that, when I talk about marketing, I see three most important areas: audience segmentation, identifying your audience, their character, their traits, their interests, and making sure you can automate the content for these customers. And then implementing programmatic advertising, looking into their history, their life cycle, and showing up ads at the right time to make sure conversion rate is steadily going up. Now, the post-purchase journey. One of the most important fears of a customer is, quote unquote, getting ghosted. As much of a fact it is in the dating, it is in the e-commerce world as well. So the evolution of AI, I think one of the most important applications is AI-empowered chatbot. It's becoming a norm now. We have Shopify Inbox, we have Gorgeous, making sure 60% of the conversations are happening through chatbots. Closing the loop before and proactively for the customer to re-engage and to even cross-sell. Well, affiliate marketing, influencer marketing is another beast to talk about. But your customers are your brand ambassadors. 35% of the customers are more likely to buy if they get a reference or a positive review from their friends and family. Retention is key. And when I talk about that, we need to talk about reviews, right? Be it offline, be it online, be it on TikTok or be it on Twitter. We need to make sure we are analyzing these reviews to make the impact of proactively handling those sentiments. 40% revenue is a very substantial number. Now, as complicated as this slide looks, e-commerce and so many other domains are thriving on 4 important pillars when it comes to applications of AI. Number 1, personalization. I think we've all stressed upon it today. Second is data-driven insights, operational efficiency, and last but not the least, customer engagement. I love daydreaming, and I love to know what's happening in the future, and we've had such great demos today. If I had to point out 3 most important trends that we are noticing is, number 1, we just saw a demo. Voice-assisted e-commerce is going to become the norm. Alexa, Siri, Gemini are going to be doing way more than they're doing right now. They will be making sure that they can advise us on the best products. Well, I think you need to have more bands on your wrist to have that edgy look. Internet of Things is going to be tightly integrated to e-commerce. Your toaster is not just going to brown your bread, but going to make sure that it can tell you which loaf to buy depending on your health stats. Augmented reality and virtual reality have already taken over home goods. Apparel, beauty, lifestyle are going to be next segments which are going to see a huge impact. You will no longer have to get off your couch to try that pair of jeans. Cryptocurrency, sustainability are going to be concepts that are going to be important. And with that comes privacy and security. Cybersecurity is going to see a huge impact and is already seeing a huge impact, which is going to make its way to e-commerce. And before I wrap up, I want to leave you all with one thought. Every company, brand, technology that has ever succeeded in history has put customer first. You think about the customer first and move backwards. With that, AI is not a tool. It's a partner in human creative thinking. We need to make sure it's not replacing, but enforcing our decision making. Making sure we are treating customers like they are partners, building those relationships, loyalty, and intimate relationships. Thank you so much, everybody, for being such a great audience. And with that, I'm happy to take any questions. And if everybody would like to connect to understand more about e-commerce, break into Shopify, I'm more than happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mallika.